I just can't stop thinking about this. And it's not gonna leave my brain, so I'm making a whole video about it. Hi, my name is Grace, and for all of this morning, I've had 2 cups of coffee, so I've been fully caffeinated, and also fully driven insane by this post I saw on Instagram. So originally it was from a post on Twitter, but I don't have a Twitter, so I get all my Twitter meme content through Instagram, and I just can't stop thinking about it. So I figured I should just make a video about it and make my tactical plan. So basically what the post is pick 2 to defend you, and everything else is going to try to kill you. So some assumptions that need to be made here, because this is just like a general post, is that the animals that are going to try to defend you will try to defend you until they die. And the animals that will try to kill you are going to kill you until you or your defenders kill it. I'm also going to be working off the assumption of where, is I'm just gonna say at my home, or just like in my home area. I live in the middle of the woods right now. Let's meet our players. So first off, we have 50 eagles. The pros of these are they're the only player that inhabit the sky. So they kind of have an added defense because they can just fly away and not many other things can get to them. Plus, they are the second largest in number, which has some promise. Like you can have 50 eagles swarm you. And how would I try to kill the 50 eagles? And then their cons are, they're not the largest, so they may be easily taken down by some of the bigger animals. They do have really sharp talons, so like they'd get some damage in. But I think they'd be best working as a group. I don't know how well eagles work as a group, so that's something to figure out. Next is 10 crocodiles. So I really don't know how I feel about the crocodiles, because their pros are, I feel like their scaly skin gives them kind of an advantage, but outside of the water, I don't think they're that fast. I think they're kind of like slow on land, which will hinder them a little bit. But they do have very large mouths, so and I'm pretty sure they can like snap an arm off. So there's that to contend with, but like their mouths are really their only method of attack. And then you have 3 bears. And it is a black bear, which I'm really less than concerned about because yeah, black bears are strong, but they're kind of and so they kind of just aren't there to like fight you. I have encountered a black bear and I just like didn't really care. However, I think if a black bear would try to kill you, it'd be a little hard to kill it, but there's only 3 of them. And compared to all the rest of the animals, I really don't think it'd be that concerning. They do have kind of sharp teeth and like the claws, and they're strong-ish. But they don't have like the anger of a grizzly. So they don't have passion. They lack passion. They're not committed. You have 7 oxen, which they could just run at you and ram you and like throw you off by sheer force. But as I said, I live in the forest. I don't really know how well they would navigate the wood structure. So there is that. And also, besides like ramming into you, I don't think they have that many other methods of defense. And next is a singular hunter with a rifle. So a rifle in Massachusetts can have 10 bullets. At least this is according to my sister. And let's assuming that it's carrying like extra bullets on them. But I'm not gonna assume the hunter is the best shot. We're gonna assume an average shooter for the hunter. It is could get the eagles pretty easily. And depending on its average shooter, but eagles are fast in the sky. And you'd have to be a pretty good shot. That's all they have. And other than that, they're kind of weak and defenseless. So they're good for long distance, bad for up close, but it could easily shoot me. So something to be concerned about. Okay, the next is 15 wolves, which I feel like is one of the most promising. Because have you seen the Twilight attack scenes? Have you? They're amazing. So you have the pack mentality. They're used to working together. They have their sharp teeth. They have their like claws, and there's 15 of them, which I feel like are promising when they work together, and all 15 can take down the bigger animals pretty well. However, they are not the biggest, and they don't have the most. And now we have the 10,000 rats. So the rats on their own wouldn't be an issue, besides the fact that I'm kind of really afraid of rats. But if we just ignore that, they wouldn't be an issue. However, there's 10,000 of them. And you have to think, can anything kill 10,000 rats? How would that be done? Really, a lot of people online were saying you have to choose the rats just because there's 10,000 of them. And they'd be the perfect soldiers because the 10,000 rats could just serve as a wall, and then the other animals would have to get through the wall while your other defender kind of attacks the remaining. But I don't know how well they would kill. And you have 5 gorillas. And the gorillas really, I've seen Tarzan, so yeah, they are strong, but I don't know, they're kind of just brute strength. They're kind of like the ox, brute strength. But besides that, and I guess they have I think silverback gorillas have fangs. I don't really know. I don't really see the appeal to them. And then the last, you have, actually not the last, then you have 4 lions, which to me just seem like the wolves but worse. There's only 4 of them. Also, if they're male lions aren't that great at hunting. Only female lions are. And only 4 of them. So sharp teeth, I think they're moderately fast. And then the last thing you have, which isn't included in the picture, but you have me. I'm a player in this, because even though they're defending me, I'm also defending me. And my pros are, I technically do have 2 black belts. I haven't practiced in 5 years, but it's in my bones. So I could do pretty well in hand-to-hand combat. And I can maybe assume that I have a weapon. Maybe I get a really big knife. Maybe I find a sword. I don't really know. It doesn't really say, but I could work with that. So let's get into logistics. Okay, so my first step is to rule out ones that I know I'm not going to pick to defend me. So I'm going to rule out, as I said, the crocodiles, just because there's no water. There's no water around here, and I think they don't have the strength against water. The next is I'm going to rule out the oxen, just because there's only 7 of them, and they're just kind of strong brutes who I don't think would be great in battle, besides ramming into things, and I just don't think I want them on my side. The next are the bears, because they are cowards. So those are ruled out. I'm not saying that these wouldn't kill anything in battle. I'm saying they wouldn't defend me to the most. Okay, so I think for the other 5, yes, 5, nope, 6, you have to make a decision based on what can kill them and how they would be killed. And also, I guess, how they can kill other people. Basically, who would win of the battle. Okay, someone called me right when I was explaining my eagle theory. Okay, so eagles. Okay, the only thing, I think the biggest threat of eagles is the hunter, because the eagles are in the sky and they can swoop and then swoop out, and unless you're a really fast moving creature, when they swoop and grab them, Nothing but the hunter can get them from the sky. However, there are 50 eagles, meaning that the hunter would have to shoot down the 50 eagles, which, as I said before, we're assuming the hunter is of an average shot, so average shooter, and with a rifle, I don't think a hunter could shoot down eagles very easily. Other than that, I think if when an eagle swooped down to kill some of like the bigger animals with like the sharp teeth, I think that's be their chance to kill them, because the eagle would like swoop down like this and then snap them. So that means they could potentially be in danger from the lions. Also, lions can jump pretty high, so like jump and catch them. But there's only 4 lions, and you have 50 eagles. And I think the eagles can swarm, like, imagine like one little lion and then like even 10 just swarming around it. It wouldn't stand a chance. So I think the eagles just are really up there. The next one we would have to consider is the hunter. So I think the hunter, let's assume he has a rifle, and then with like 10 bullets per that he can shoot at once, and then he'd have to reload, which poses some issues. So how could the hunter be killed? So I think while it is good with long distance, I think the second it gets close, it loses a lot of methods of defense, because I don't think the rifle shoots that fast. So, but I think the hunter couldn't stand a real issue with the eagles, because the eagles can come flying really fast, grab the gun and take it away. Maybe bring it to me, and then I'd have the rifle. So because of that, I don't think that hunter would be the best idea. Also, if something's fast enough, like a wolf, 15 wolves taking on one hunter, dead, kaput, couldn't stand a chance. And I think, assuming an average shot, I think it would, how quickly would he go through his bullets and then be worthless? I don't have faith in the hunter. So the hunter has been eliminated. The next to consider are the 15 wolves. So they're a wolf pack, which there's 15 of them. And if we're assuming like a larger like gray wolf, I don't really know. They hunt all the time. I think they hunt bigger animals a lot. So I think they have a chance against each other. Also, I think they train to fight because of all the hierarchy things. So they like play fight all the time, and they've been training for this their whole lives. Whereas the rest of them, can you say that? Can you say that because of their social structure they fight as much? I don't think so. I think the wolves may be one of your best opponents. I don't know, maybe a big oxen can like hit a wolf, but that requires a lot of aim. I don't think the oxen would be fast enough. Also, again, we are in the woods. Oxen don't stand a chance in the woods. Wolves stand a chance in the woods. Besides being killed individually, nothing else has the same numbers. So I think the wolves could be pretty good. So that's my opinion on the wolves. So the gorillas are strength, and that's what they are bringing to the table. I think the gorillas could take on a wolf or two, or maybe like a few wolves, and be fine. I think the gorillas could fight off some of its bigger brethren pretty well. And I think it could survive that. That is that, but I also don't think it has any special thing. Besides like its brute strength, I don't know how it would fight well. Like, how would it kill something when something with teeth and claws that are a lot sharper could kill it faster? And they're peaceful beasts. So I think it would go against their nature to kill something and really for fight that much. So I don't know if gorillas would be the best option. I think I wouldn't choose gorillas. I think they could be beaten by something else. Second to last are our lions. So, as I said before, there's only 4 of them. And yeah, lions do hunt things and kill things a lot, but I feel like that's on like a really big like safari, and they're not used to the woods. So that does put them at a disadvantage because this is not their normal hunting grounds. I think male lions are kind of weak. They don't fight as much because they don't hunt. The females do. So if we assume it's 50-50, then the male lions would be a lot weaker than the other ones. So that is also something to consider. And in a head-to-head fight, they'd be pretty good. So, but there's only 4 of them. Like, could 4 lions face off with 15 wolves and be okay? I don't think so. Okay, and now our final one are the rats. Everyone on the internet is freaking out about the rats because there's 10,000 of them. And how do you battle against 10,000 rats? Because even though a single rat couldn't do much, 10,000 of them can. Like I said before with the eagles, they can swarm. And I think they would provide a good distraction. So for example, if you have a little like the oxen, then the rats could swarm, and the oxen would get so kind of like a little like swarm of rats that'd be having issues, and then the other defense could go in and kill it, tag team it. But they'd be pawns that'd be thrown away. How quickly could you kill the rats? Would the rats get killed off? If I had a knife or a sword, I think I could like cut through them pretty fast and defend against that, but I would worry that they would smother me. So that would be a danger. There is 10,000 of them though. So you have to think, I think they'd be either the first line of the defense or the first line of offense. I think the rats are just a distraction. So they're the first line of offense. So whatever you choose to defend, you have to find a way to get past the rats, which means probably the eagles are your best bet because they could swoop in and kind of take the rats away. Also, something with sharp teeth could just like, and if I have a knife or a sword, I can just like go through them. I don't think bullets would kind of like be well against rats. If it's a swarm, yeah, I'd get a few, but you need a lot of bullets. And like they have sharp teeth, but it would take a while for them to kill something. So they really are just a distraction. And so if you choose the rats, you really are trusting the other thing. But you also have to battle 10,000 rats, and you and your defenders may get fatigue if you choose the rats. So we are left with 3 options. I think our best plan of tactical planning would be to figure out how exactly the battle would go. So let's start off with rats plus wolves. So let's say I'm in my home and I got my swarm of rats and I got my wolf pack. And the battle starts. So I send my rat pack out as kind of a swarm of defense. Anything that's going through there will have to like kind of battle through that. I think the things that could get through there pretty easily would be the oxen. They could just run. I don't think the rats would be that much of a battle for the oxen, which wouldn't then mean the wolves as a second line of defense would have to fight against the oxen. And I think they could do it. They're used to taking down big animals. So I think they could take the oxen that run through the rats. I think the crocodiles could eat a lot of rats at once. They have big mouths. They can just chomp, 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 but they are slow. So I think it would take them a while to get through to me and get through the rats. But at that point, with 10 crocodiles, I think they would at least kill out like at least 1,000 rats. All I'm saying here is that the rats provide a barrier, and then when things get through the barrier, the wolves attack and kill it. So the wolves would have to attack things as they come, and then I'd be my final thing of defense with a sword. I'm gonna go with I have a sword. That would kill anything that got past the wolves. The hunter, how would the hunter be killed? I think the hunter stands an issue here because he could shoot from afar and nothing's attacking him from afar. And I think a lot of things would get through the rats and kill a lot of mass amounts of rats. So by the time that the rats got to the hunter, it would have an issue. So I'm not really leaning towards this option. So as I said before, the rats go out and distract. The benefit here of the eagles versus the wolves is that the eagles have the option to fly over the rat army and then attack before they come in. So I could keep some eagles by me as a defense and then send some out as offense, and then over the barrier of rats. So the eagles could, if I had eagles, the first thing I would send them to do is go fly and steal the hunter's rifle, because then the hunter is useless, cannot shoot me, and then I would have the eagle bring me back the rifle, so then I could have the rifle. So that would be the first thing that I would have the eagles do. While the rats prove the same option. I think the wolves could get through the rats pretty well. And I think the wolves and the other options could get through it pretty well, which could be kind of a danger. I don't know how well eagles versus wolves would be, but the eagles can go out, kill things. I can shoot things with the rifle, and I think we could tag team them there. Anything that got through the rat barrier, I could shoot at. And then the eagles could go out, swarm a creature, kill it, and then come back. That is a good option. Our final one is eagles and wolves. So we get the pros of the eagle. These are both offense creatures. The eagles, again, fly them out, steal the hunting rifle. The hunter can't do anything. He can't shoot me. I have a gun then. The wolves would then be able to kill things that go through. The only issue with this is I no longer have a wall of defense. Instead, I have a wall of rats coming at me. So how would I defend against the rats? Again, while I have the gun, I think I would also have the sword, so I could swipe down a lot of rats. And the rats could kind of swarm off on the wolves and make it hard to fight through. But again, like I said, I think the wolves could get through a lot, and I think the eagles can swoop down. So if I have like one wolf with two eagles, the eagles can take care of the rats that surround the wolves, and the wolves can keep on working on the other creatures. I think they would be able to get through the 10,000 rats. If we just think about number-wise, I think one eagle can get through about one rat a minute, keeping the wolves able to attack the other creatures while they work in a pack. And then I still have other eagles going out and flying and killing off the other creatures. This means my final decision is going to be eagles and wolves. Eagle goes, gets hunter's gun. I have a gun. Anything that comes through, I can shoot at. Eagles also can fly down and attack the rats, while also protecting the wolves, which are, as a pack, attacking the other creatures. And so, in this scenario, when you have pick two, the rest are gonna kill you, choose eagles and rats. Thank you for coming to my video. Please subscribe for more chaotic content, and have a nice day.